Prince George continues to keep a record of the number of bears destroyed each year. Since the beginning of April, 45 bears have been killed because they're deemed a risk to the public. There are areas in the city where bears are taking residential garbage into public green spaces and where the chances of encountering a bear is a concern.
But when you encounter a bear who's eating, who's trying to fatten up, who wants to survive the winter, that food source becomes something that it will defend.
Located in Lower College Heights, this park is well known to the Northern Bear Awareness Society. The forest that surrounds its playground is littered with garbage and signs of bear activity.
They'll wait till everything's nice and quiet, they'll hide in the bushes, and when everything's quiet down, they'll knock over a garbage can, grab a bag or two, and scurry back off to where it's darker and quieter. And a lot of these areas, especially if you're on a green belt, end up to be the popular pathways and the green spaces behind neighborhoods. And in some occasions, some of the more quieter public parks that end up with garbage strewn out throughout them that has to be cleaned up the next day.
When black bears and people start to use the same area, conflicts can happen.
To this time of the year when your daylight hours are a little shorter, right? And bears, most of their activity is the dawn to dusk and nocturnal, and maybe somebody wants to go for a walk through the park later on in the evening. And you've got a bear feeding behind a tree, right, on the garbage that's just come, and there's your surprise encounter, right? There's the encounter that you do not want to have in an urban environment.
BC Conservation Office Service has received 1,200 phone calls about black bears this year. At the heart of most calls is human-developed bear attractants.
Under the Wildlife Act must be secured because what it's doing is bringing the dangerous animal, the bear, within that area. And the bear will not leave that area if there's a food source. So once the bear identifies an easy food source, which are the garbage cans, and it's not secured, it's going to stay within that area and create that a danger in that neighborhood.
Bringing bears that close to a public environment, especially when you're at a playground level, there's other drawbacks too. And when bears move through that area, you know, they're defecating in the park. And do you really want your kids playing in parks where there's garbage and bear scat littered throughout the environment?
Winter hibernation is near, but many bears are still fattening up, and Backer says are becoming more aggressive when searching for food. Dave Branco, CKPG News.